Welcome to episode 2, and we've just arrived at Monolith. I need to run across this street real fast, and then our first move is going to be up in here, and we're going to switch out these coal. We got these empty coal cars here we're going to pull out. Oh, I got to call Auto and cancel our routing, because he's currently got us routed over this switch. So I'll cancel the routing. Now we can do that, and I'll do shift number 1 to save our position. So now what I can do is I'm just gonna uncouple these coal cars. We're gonna leave everything else out here. So I'll put some handbrakes on, and I'm gonna do 6. Because we're on a hill, we got to make sure this doesn't roll back. Also, I'm going to let the air dump. I was actually, in the last video I mentioned, I was going to go back to just bottling it. But because we're on this slope, I'm going to leave that open and let it dump. So now I can uncouple here. And then let's pull it forward. Oh, you know what? Hold on, I'm going to save this spot because I don't want this. Oh, no, I do want that. Okay. I do want that to be that way because we're going to go in. These are loaded. Actually, we're going to. Okay, yeah, that's fine. What we're going to do is we're going to stop before that switch, though, and I'm gonna leave these first and grab the ones that are in there. Oh, and I think oh, so see how this is red? If I jump up here and switch this straight for the moment, now we've got a green. See that? It turned red because it's just an intermediate signal, but it turns red because I had that switch. So technically the right way to do it is to leave the switch the correct way, get through the signal, then flip the switch. I think I'll actually stop us right here. So I'm not blocking the street. And then let's uncouple these because I don't want to drag these in and out twice because these are all the loaded cars. That one dump, and we're probably gonna have too much stretch force, and it might not even let us. Oh, got it. Now we're going to come in here, and then I'm going to pull out these empties. don't think I'll need too much throttle here because this is downhill. Gotta watch our speed. Alright, I'm just going to use F7 to get all the air hoses hooked up, and then F5 to do the brakes, and then let's pull these forward. So I'm doing it this way because these are all empties. And now I'm only going to have to move the loaded coal cars one time versus if I brought them with me to get these, then I'd have to move them double. And I should probably check to see that we've got enough room up here. I would think so. Although I might need to use that little spur track. I'm just hoping right now that I'm going to be okay going straight and we'll have enough clearance. Check the rear. Oh yeah, I think we'll make it. Just gonna make it. Why can I not grab on? Oh, maybe you can't. Maybe you can't grab onto these coal cars. Huh. How about that? Yeah, I don't think you can. Alright, well that's fine. Let's take them back and take it easy because we're going downhill. That looks pretty awesome, that huge structure there. That looks massive. And I'm realizing a dilemma we're going to run into here, because if we just barely fit before, I got to find a route. Actually, I think we'll be okay. I got a plan here. I'll show you my plan. Turn on the cursor for you there so you can see where I'm looking. Whoop. Alright, let's pull the handbrakes off. And I'm actually going to go... I'm actually going to go straight. And I think we're just going to push, because we got to push these covered hoppers anyways. So I'm just going to push them. And I also just realized that I forgot again to remove the EOT when we first stopped and split the train. I should have removed it before, but I'll run back there and pull it off. So I'm going to have to, in order to get these loads to clear the switch back there, I'm going to have to push these covered hoppers forward. But we're going to do that. We got to push them forwards anyways, so it's no problem. Let's pull off the handbrakes. Oh, we had a little wheel slip there. Look at that, them rolling back. And these are loaded, I think. Yeah, these are loaded. So this is going to be pretty heavy. What's our... okay. Still 2.8 horsepower per ton, so that's enough to move them. So the handbrakes are off, and now we're just going to go forwards. see what we're looking like in the back. Oh, we are almost there. Perfect. Alright, now I gotta go back up here. And we're gonna drop these again. And I never put air in these. I'll probably do that later. So we can just uncouple here. And let's take it back. I don't even think I'll need throttle. Let's see what happens. I think we're just gonna roll backwards. Yeah. Don't even need any throttle. This is pretty heavy. We gotta start slowing down. Oh, okay, we got enough braking with the dynamics. I got scared there for a second. Hold on. Hold on. That was a bit tricky. I thought we were going to slam the bumper there for a second. So now we can drop these loaded coal cars and then we're going to go back to our train. Oh, I'm still in dynamic. I wish the sun would come out. I guess I can just do it myself. But it kind of seems like it's trying to break through this fog. Oh boy. There we go. So now we can recouple to the train, and I'm just going to grab the box cars this time. And I'm going to leave the rest out on the main line. All right, now what I want to do is just grab the box cars. So we'll hook this air up. And then while that is filling up, let's run back here. Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to pull these forward first, because I don't want to leave them this far back. I'm going to bring them up to the signal. Alright, so I'll take the handbrakes off and then we'll pull these forward. So we're currently going to be pulling the whole train. And I do see the red signal, but I don't want to run back up and flip the switch just to flip it back, so I'm just going to go through. I got clearance. Hop out here because I want to stop us when the boxcars get to this signal before they get to the street. Everyone's just impatient today, just deciding to go right through the empty coal cars. All right, let's slow this thing down. So I just wanted to move those covered hoppers and those tankers back there, just up here. I could have disconnected them back there, but then we'd have to run all the way back to get them. So I thought, let's just get them up at least to this point. Now we can get some handbrakes on these. And then we'll cut it here. Huh. Oh, too much stretch force. I guess I don't need to go in reverse. All I got to do is just let it roll back on its own, because we're downhill. Oh, wow. Alright, now we'll take it forward. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to go back into those covered hoppers that are now just a little further down. And I'm going to push them all the way out onto the main line. And then we're going to switch out the box cars up ahead. I'm going to leave these still empty. I'm not going to hook up the air hoses on these yet. But what I do need to do is get this switch up here lined so that we can push them all the way out here onto the main line. Save this to spot 5. And then I'm going to have to push them up enough so that we're clear of this street. But once we clear this street, we're good to stop them. And it looks like I'm going to go a little bit further than I needed, but that's not a problem. Alright, so now I'll set some handbrakes, and these I'm just going to leave here. We don't need to touch these again until we leave. Let me do one more, just in case. And then we don't have the air hooked up, so we can just uncouple. Oh, I'm having trouble uncoupling here automatically. Normally, look at that. Normally I get it on the first try. I don't know what the deal is. Let me turn that on. See, you should be clicking there. Oh, now there's too much stretch force. Alright, now let's try it. Alright, I just had a, I think I hit a hotkey for a Microsoft game bar, and all of a sudden like 5 windows just popped up. Alright, so now actually before we back up, oh, let's just back up a little bit. Just uncouple here. And then let's jump to the back. Is where I'm gonna be. All right, so we gotta move a little bit. We gotta cover some distance, and then we're gonna go in and grab these boxcars. Are these are empties? So we're gonna pull these empties out, and then we're gonna switch them out. Alright, I can pull the dynamic brake off, and then I'm just going to go with an F5, F7, and let's pull these out. Oh boy. I think when I do the F7, it released the brakes on the locomotive brakes independent for a second there, and that's why we rolled back. Then we'll just temporarily set these boxcars over to the side here. These empties. Where do we have to cut it? Right after that one. Alright, now we can cut these off for a second. Actually, these are going to sit here for a little bit. I'm just going into dynamics right away. I'm not even going to give it any throttle because this hill's going to take us down pretty quick. I think that's far. Oh no, we need to go a little bit further. Gotta go a little further. That should do it here. Alright, let's take them forward. And now I'm going to put these empty coal cars, couple them back to these box cars, and I'm going to leave them here for now. right on this track. And that's going to do it for episode 2. So stay tuned for episode 3 where we finish up here.